I am not a heavy fighter enjoyer. It's one of the reasons that I don't really like the F-15, and it's a reason that I'm not a big fan of the MiG-23. However, I still think it is a competent plane, and I've been using it a little more in my recent grind of the Germany tree, which I'm excited to be continuing with, and very soon playing with the F4F ICE, so keep a lookout for whenever I make that video in 9 months. Um, the MiG-23 MLA is much the same as most of the other MiG-23 MLs, at least as far as I'm concerned, in the fact that you get your 4R60s, which are solid, you get a radar, which is serviceable, and you get R24Rs. Your bread and butter are going to be those R24s. The R60s are competent, and if you use them in an almost off-bore sight capability at the very edge of the seeker head, you can absolutely pull some fun tricks with them, but you're going to be much more consistent with your radar missiles. The radar is a little funky to use. All you really have to know is that for the MTI to kick in, which is what helps reduce ground clutter and keep your lock, you need to be traveling down. Doesn't have to be straight down, anything that is -1 or higher degrees AOA. Make sure you're doing that, and make sure you are at under 1,500 meters altitude. I don't know what that is in feet and miles. Check it yourself. As long as those conditions are met, your radar will keep the target quite well, even with ground clutter, and your missile will do so as well. If your target maneuvers and chafes, try and reacquire with radar, but even if you don't, the missile is pretty good at still managing to hit them simply because it'll anticipate where they're going. These are fantastic missiles. Be careful how you're using them. Don't use them too far out. I would say nothing over 15 kilometers. They will treat you well. R60s, use sparingly, but if you need to spam them, spam them. That being said, I have really enjoyed this plane. I still don't love the flight performance, and I don't love dogfighting with it. I know you can. I know it's strong at that. I'm personally not a big fan of the way that it handles, as someone who is a much bigger fan and much more used to light fighters like the MiG-29, F-16, and Gripen. That being said, I'm going to throw some gameplay up now, so have a great rest of the video. Alrighty, flying the MiG-23 MLA out. I've been really enjoying the German air tree so far at the higher tiers. The lower tiers, obviously, I like BF-109s, I like Focke-Wulf 190s, but I'm obviously more of a high tier player. I think that's pretty evident by my content. And I've been enjoying these higher tier aircraft. I'm really excited to try out the F4F ICE. I really like the Phantom airframe more than I think a lot of people do. And so I'm excited to try it out, even if it's not, the best thing, apparently. I'm excited to give it a go. Concerning enemies here, trying to deal with them as best we can, and we nag that first kill pretty comfortably with the R24 and hit the merge. Now, with this thing, I don't like to lose my speed. I become very maneuverable, but as I lose that speed, it becomes pretty difficult to win fights. So I'm just trying to keep myself as fast as possible while still ensuring that I'm positioning myself as well as possible. There's a lot of higher tier aircraft where I feel okay dropping my speed to get into a really good position to kill somebody. This is not one of them. I get him. He's very close here, so I just want to try and use the IR missile. Unfortunately, no connection there, and I have to turn so that this other guy does not get a fire solution. Turn back in, and I just try to, like I said, use the very edge here, but he is turning way too much already, and I miss it. If he was at a slightly better angle, maybe I could have snagged a kill there, but it's not happening with me using it at a bad angle there. Here, this guy is quite high up, but as long as he does not correctly chaff, I should be able to hold the missile on him. Not 100% sure whether that is going to connect, given how much I had to relock it, and it doesn't. That was largely on me. I should have turned down there so that the MTI went into effect, and it would have been harder for him to chaff off the missile, but that's hindsight is 2020, as they say. Come up behind this guy, try and get him with a cheeky R60M shot, and I do connect with him. Somebody else manages to hit him with a missile at that range, which I feel is honestly kind of crazy, and I score a very sneaky gun kill. Feeling very good about that. I turn back in, see what is around me, and try and tee up another missile kill. Try and go in for some guns there, but screw it up because I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. His pre-flaring is pretty effective there. However, I do manage to catch him just between flares and hit him, and he is going to go down. But I've been caught by something behind me. Sometimes that's just kind of how you're going to deal with matches at top tier. Sometimes your team just gets deleted, and it's you versus the world. But you do what you can. You play as hard as you can. That is it, though. That being said, I hope everyone has a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon. Please consider joining the Discord as always. And as always, tell me vehicles you'd like me to talk about, issues you'd like me to highlight in the game, whatever and whenever. I just like having excuses to do yap videos. That being said, I hope you all have a great time. Bye-bye.